What's going on, guys? I'm Reese Bowers and this is Built from the Bomb, and today we're gonna be rebuilding one of my street bikes, so let's get to the video.
If you like this video, like and subscribe, because Built from the Bottom is your guy.
So guys, it looks like it's Christmas right here with all my packages. I finally got everything coming in for this bike, except for my seat that should be done tomorrow, but that's not gonna stop me from starting to work on this bike. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it over there next to the AC so I can get working on it. Let's go. Okay guys, so we got all the parts over here. You know, it's a little hot here in Florida, so I gotta get, closer to the AC unit. But, wait, let's get a thumbnail real quick. Alright, got that thumbnail. So what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm just gonna pull off all the plastics and pretty much all these broken pieces. We're gonna get right into that, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to get off the seat and the tank hatch because I don't have the keys for this bike, so I'm gonna have to replace that stuff. But let's get to pulling off all these bearings and whatnot. Let's get into it, guys. Alright, so I got all the fairings off of this bike right here except for this rear piece because I can't undo this rear seat. So what I'm going to do is pretty much whistle and diesel it and rip it all apart. But I'm going to leave all these other pieces right here because there's pieces of hardware on it that I got to take off and use for the new kit, because OEM it comes with stainless steel, and the kits that I end up getting don't come with stainless steel hardware, so I end up buying new hardware. So I try to reuse as much as I possibly can before I have to go to Ace. So let's get off this rear tail and all the plastics will be off. I just need to be able to get this so I can get the seat off, so right now I can see underneath to it. So I'm going to pop this seat off and actually undo this the proper way. So before I start getting too carried away here, I put all the hardware I take off inside little plastic bags. As usual, label them up. So once I label this up, what I'm gonna be doing next is I think I'm gonna start pulling off the pegs, and then, let's see, probably the frame slider, and then the handlebars and the front forks. So I'm pulling off this frame slider right here. You can see it's worn down a decent amount, and there's absolutely no scratches here on this side, other like obviously this peg and then a little bit of this peg took the crash, but the frame and everything important, the wheels and whatnot, those are all good. So these things really did help out. We're gonna pull them both off on both sides, and if my new fairings have room for these, I'll probably put a new set on, but if not, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. After I pulled that rear set off, I was gonna take this bike outside and wash it down because this thing is so filthy. And I don't like you know, working on it and it's really dirty. Look at all the brake dust on these wheels and whatnot. But before I do that, I'm just gonna drop these forks down and put new handlebars on it because this one's all bent and then the other one's bent too. So I'd rather just do that before I push it out. And then we're gonna wash this thing down. So I just had to look up here on my computer what the tracking number was for the package with the handlebars because I'm not trying to open up a whole bunch of these to figure out which one it is. There's this one with the 5.7 on it, so let's open this thing up. I got those forks on and whatnot, and I kind of like assembled this side of the handlebars, and I kind of just put the broken piece on this side, put it right there, just so it kind of like I know where all the wires are going and whatnot. So I see they're running, I think, HID headlights. That's why all these resistors are here. And I'm gonna just pretty much cut all this stuff out because it's definitely missing some things, but I'm gonna keep it just in case I end up needing it later. So I'm gonna pull all this stuff out and then wash the bike. The next day I got my glass from my Jeep right now, and I just pulled up at the paint guys and my Jeep is right there. Got the R1 there in the back from last night that I picked up, and my Jeep, it doesn't look like it's done yet or even the top is painted. You can see they just recently, it looks like it's still kind of wet, that they glassed the top on this. So check it out. Yeah, dude, that looks like that was a lot of work since I didn't have that piece. But I do have the piece of glass that he asked for, so I'm just gonna give him that and then go take this to the shop. And I'm about to wash this bike before I do any more work to it because, as you can see, it is absolutely filthy and just covered in dust. So when I wash this, I got a couple things I need to wash. I'm gonna wash this R1 that I just got because it's really dirty. This thing is just, I don't know, it needs a buff too. Got a little bit more than just a wash, but I'm gonna clean this in my truck. So let's get these things out there. So I got this thing all washed up, and I gotta say this bike really did clean up nice. All this stuff, like it's pretty mint. Like everything on this bike it looks pretty much brand new except for obviously like those wires and stuff that are hanging around. But the wheels, they're very shiny, they look really good. I don't know if this will focus and show it, but the wheels look really good on it. The cases aren't scratched at all. The forks look good, the radiator looks good. Everything on this bike looks pretty mint. tank is mint. So I can't wait to start putting on the new parts because this thing is going to look absolutely perfect.